Guys, last time I solved this question. I will have two questions with this video. Let's start with the first one on next page. Lindsay spent 2 1/3 hours in a science lab on Wednesday. She spent 3/4 hours preparing materials for an experiment. She spent 5-6 hours conducting the experiment, and she spent the rest of the time cleaning her lab station. Based on this information, which statement is true? Let's find out those times by minutes to be able to keep them as integer form. As we know, 1 hour is equal 60 minutes. So let's find out this one equal how many minutes. Totally how many minutes she spent in the science lab. 2 1/3, when we transform into improper fraction, we gotta multiply 2 by 3, we will have 6 plus 1, we will have 7/3, and we need to find out 7/3 hours will be equal how many minutes. We gotta take this and multiply by 60/1. We will have 3 goes into 60 20 times, and we will have 140 minutes. Let's make sure. 2 times 3, which is 6, plus 1, 7/3. When we multiply by 60, we will have 140 minutes. So let's find out what is 3/4 hour as minutes. So 3/4 times 60/1 will give us what? 4 goes into 60, 15 times. 15 times 3 will give us 45 minutes. We have another statement. What is 5-6 hour as minutes? Equal to what? Yes, what is 5-6 hour equals as minute? So 5/6 times 60/1. 6 goes into 60 10 times. 10 times 5 will give us 50 minutes. So overall, how many minutes she spent for preparing materials and conducting experiment? 95 minutes. Total, how many hours she spent overall? 140. How many minutes left for the cleaning? 140 minus 95 will give us 45 minutes. So we know now, also we know this one was equal 45 minutes, and we put as, and it was given as 3/4 hour. We can put this one as 3/4. So we have something common. Let's read the options. Lindsay spent 1 and 8 out of 15 hours cleaning her lab station. No, because it's equal 3/4. So this option is wrong. Lindsay spent 2/3 hour preparing materials and conducting experiment. No, it's more than this when we consider the minutes and even when we add the fractions. Lindsay spent the same amount of time conducting experiment as she spent cleaning her lab station. For conducting experiments, she spends 50 minutes, and for cleaning the lab, she spends 45 minutes. So barely we left with the last option, but let's confirm. Lindsay spent 1 out of 12 hours more conducting experiment than she spent preparing materials for the experiment. Yes, because the difference between these two statement is 5 minutes, and we can compare by hour. 5/60 as 1 hour equals like 60 minutes. When you compare, 5 goes into 60 will be 1/12. So D as in dog is our answer. Let's move on the next one. This is last question for this video. Once again, Roland sold candy bars for a school fundraiser during 3 weeks. Some information about Roland candy bar sales is provided below. Roland sold 26 candy bars during the first week. The number of candy bar he sold during the second week was 4 less than 2 times the number of the candy bars he sold during first week. So we have three options. They are connected to each other. So first week, or he sold 26. Second week, twice as 26 minus 4, which is going to be 48, because 2 times 26 will give us 52, minus 4 will give us 48. Third week, the number of the candy bars he sold during the third week was 6 more than 1.5 times the number of the candy bars he sold during the second week. During the second week, he sold 48, so 48 times 1.5, which is 3/2. We can put over 1 under the 48. 2 goes into 48, 24 times. 24 times 3 will give us 72. And we need to add how much more? 6 more. So 6 more of this, it's going to be 78. What was the total number of the candy bars sold during the 3 weeks? So let's add them up. First week was 26, second week was 48, and third week was 78. So let's add them up. 8 plus 8, which is 16, plus 6 will give us 22, carry 2. 7 plus 4 will be 11, plus 4 plus 2 will be 13, plus 2 will give us 15. So our answer is going to be G as in girl. So look, this kind of question, you need to be careful and put the statement correctly, because they are like a chain reaction. If you do the first one wrong, and rest of them will be wrong. So it's better to start with the correct. It's better to start with the first statement as correct to build up rest of the equations and get your answer right. Once again, for this kind of question, it will be a chain reaction if you didn't set up the equation as beginning of your solution. This is the last question for this video. See you next time.